Right, welcome back with us in the vehicle here. So just something we try to sort out there. Just busy leaving these Impala. I think we're going to have one more stop just because we're getting into the middle of the group. We've just come across quite a nice creche here, just a group of young ones together. Look at that. I mean, it's just... it's too cute, man. Too cute. Also, now the last few days up until almost yesterday, it's been raining quite a bit, drizzling, overcast constantly. It's been quite cool even. Sleeping under a duvet at night is not common to do in the low veld in summertime. Imagine the same for these little antelope. They're barely in the world and they've been wet and cold for a while, but now everything's very green, very lush. And suddenly warm again, so lots of energy. You can almost sense it in them, just the way they move, like little rubber balls. Full of energy, full of life. Like I said earlier, one of the reasons they hang around in these creches, groups of young ones together, is obviously playmates, friends to run around with and mess around with and jump up and down and so on. There's also a certain amount of safety or a degree of safety to it. By being so many little ones together and the adults being more spread out, there's a good time for warning calls. Also, when this group runs away, let's say they suddenly spotted a threat, these little ones wouldn't all try and find their mother instantly. They would actually run in a group. So that herd instinct is already very powerful even at this young age. And then, of course, just the sheer numbers of it. That's why they all have these young ones in such a short period of time. The fact that there's so many babies means that most of them will survive. There's one mother coming in. Who's coming up to this group. Maybe she's just coming to look for her youngster. Oh, it looks like it actually. There she's found him, or her. Look, you'll see it's a very small one. Even compared to the other ones, this little lamb, I would say probably only a few days. So maybe that's why Mum is still a bit more concerned. Even the other ones, even if they're 4 or 5 days old, are already quite a bit bigger and stronger than the newborns as such. That seems all good. It's like, oh, come on, Mom, leave me alone. I'm playing with my friends. And she's like, okay. Young Impalas of today, they're different from in the older days. You see that little one just turning around now to the right-hand side. It's got almost that sort of bulgy skull still. That's another sign of being only a few days old. After about a week or so, they start looking... the heads and the skulls start looking more normal like adults. But the first few days they still have that sort of very rounded skull. The face is almost small still. All heading off. You can see a couple of the, call them wet nurses or babysitters, a couple of the adults with these youngsters. And that is just a stunning scene. I mean, it's too beautiful. Also see a nice bit of background there in the distance. A few little clouds just sort of hanging around on the horizon. Nothing threatening, no rain foreseen, I think. This beautiful summer's afternoon. One last little one running in. It's catching up with the group. Let's make some tracks, otherwise we'll sit the whole afternoon here. It's so peaceful, it's almost serene tranquility that you feel here. Just a couple of birds calling, can hear a starling the whole time, all the impala spread out. Even some more impala on the right hand side here. Lots of them. A little one suckling from mum at the moment. Just really trying to get the milk out. Also within the first week or so, these little guys will start eating some plant material. They'll start eating some grass and leaves, but obviously still reliant on mother's milk.